Okay, so this video is long overdue, but I wanted to dive into everything about phlebotomy and my experience with it and how it went for me. Where am I at now, and did it benefit me? Is the program worth it? Okay, so I took my exam through NHA, which is, I used this book as my study guide. It's from the National Healthcare Association. This is just CPT-1. So pretty much our class required us to like highlight every time we met. So we used to read the book out loud in class. Then we would have an exam on it like the following week. And pretty much that's what the class structure was. Every day we went to class, which I had classes on Saturdays. Every day we would have to do venipunctures, and pretty much you just had to pair up with a person and you each had to perform a venipuncture on each other. So pretty much in addition to doing venipunctures, you also had to do capillaries, which is pretty much when you use a little lancet, you poke your finger and pretty much you have to squeeze out the blood into little tubes. So we had to do those as well, and just along with the venipunctures. So for the final like exam sort of, we had to do, for the final exam for the class, we had to do a venipuncture with all the correct steps in front of our teacher, and pretty much you either passed or didn't pass. But it was pretty simple. It's not too difficult because pretty much the whole class you're already doing these venipunctures, so they shouldn't be too difficult. So pretty much my exam was in December of 2019. So pretty much that exam consisted of several questions that were taken from this book. My exam score was 421. Sorry if I'm looking here, it's just that I have like everything that I wanted to talk about in this doc. So my score was 421 out of 500, which was pretty good. I honestly didn't think I would do that well, just because I feel like I wasn't as prepared as I should have been. But this class is pretty like self-explanatory, especially if you have like a good knowledge in either medical assisting or just biology. This class shouldn't be too difficult. I was able to get like stats from the class, so like what the test consisted of. So safety and compliance, there was 25 questions. For patient prep, there was 23 questions. For routine collection, there was 30 questions. For special collections was 7 questions, and processing was 15 questions. So in total, you had 100 questions to complete. So pretty much you go into the room, you sit down, you choose a computer, and pretty much all you have to do is log into your NHA website account. You had to pay for the exam, which I believe was $115. And then pretty much you just sit down, your exam instructor will just verify your name and all the information is correct, especially on your ID as well. They will double check. So for goals for career options, so why did I choose phlebotomy? Well, to be honest, I want to go into the medical field because someday I hope to become a nurse practitioner. So I thought that doing phlebotomy on the side while I go to school is gonna give me a stable income while I continue school, because I want to start building my experience with patient interaction, and I feel like this was a great way to do that. It was quick, it was fast, it wasn't too difficult. Right now I'm trying to expose myself to the hospital environment because that's initially where I would love to work one day. So right now I am volunteering at my local hospital, and I'm volunteering because it's part of an internship class I'm taking at Cal State Fullerton, as well as it's allowing me to gain hours for when I apply to the nursing program, which I'm going to do after I complete my bachelor's at Cal State Fullerton. So pretty much that's my plan, and that's exactly That's honestly why I started doing phlebotomy and why I thought it would be great. Honestly, I got a pamphlet in the mail one day from my local community college, and I saw in the programs that they had phlebotomy, and I was like, wow, what is that? Because I didn't know what phlebotomy was. I looked it up and I was like, wait, I think that would be interesting to do. So I hated getting my blood taken out. I can say that I hated it so much. I never thought I would imagine myself as a phlebotomist. But honestly, I got over my fear of needles, and it's honestly been the greatest thing. I love it. It's actually very fun, and I highly recommend it if you aren't easily scared by blood or needles, or just, you have to have confidence in yourself when you're doing these things. But it does allow you a big step into the medical field if that's where you want to go. Or it allows you to get a good job in the medical field while you continue to expand your career options and continue to go to school. Another thing, how long do you have to go to school to become a phlebotomist? It took me 8 Saturdays. So it was 8 weeks, because we would meet every Saturday for 8 weeks for about 6 hours. Sometimes they would let us go early, which was nice. But yeah, it is not a long program at all. You can finish it within 2 months. The only thing that does take a while is the externship. I'm so sorry about that dog. But the externship is what takes a while, because they have to place you into a waiting list. But okay, initially I took my exam in December. They wanted to place me for my externship in February, like mid-February. But I have school because my semester was gonna start, and I didn't know my school schedule just yet. But pretty much the externship is required for you to go to 5 days to a clinic, and you have to go from 9 to 6 p.m. You have to go those 5 days full time, and you have to complete 50 venipunctures, I believe, or 60. I think it's 50 venipunctures, and pretty much you're done with your externship. After you're done with your externship, you're able to apply for your license, which is the only way you can get a job here in California. Being a phlebotomist, you need to be licensed. Every state is different, but in California, they require you to be licensed before you can be a phlebotomist. So yeah, pretty much go to class, do your blood draws, complete the certification exam, and then complete your externship, and then apply for your license. About 5 steps. Not too bad, pretty quick. So my externship hasn't started yet. I do start it in a few weeks. I will try to get video on that because I really wanted to record venipunctures. Another question is, what are the requirements? There are really no requirements to become a phlebotomist. All you need to do is be 18, and you needed to have graduated from a high school. Just have a high school diploma, and pretty much you can apply for the program. So there are no heavy requirements, but it is a good opportunity for you to be exposed into the medical field. How often do you need to renew the certification? Certification requires you to renew it every 2 years. So every 2 years you need to retake that exam, and for you to continue with your certification, or else it will become. So overall, is phlebotomy worth it? I honestly think it's worth it. If you can actually make the best of this and choose it to be a career pathway for you, you can work your way up to be a CPT2, or you could even be a clinical lab scientist, which is something I thought about it as well. But it all depends on how much schooling you want to do and how far you want to expand your opportunities, and pretty much like the salary that you would want someday, and it all depends on you. So my next step is to become a medical assistant, which I've already gotten the book for that. This is the NHA Medical Assisting CCMA certification. So pretty much they have chapters in here, same with the one for phlebotomy, this one. They have chapters in here that's going to be on the exam to get certified. So the requirements for this one aren't too bad. Right now I'm going to my local community college on the side and completing my medical assisting diploma. so that I can apply to get certified as well. I just think medical assisting and phlebotomy go hand in hand. So the more certifications you have, the better likely you are to get a job in a hospital, which is where I want to work. You can even get a job in a clinic, which is pretty good to start off as well, because you need to start building your experience. But medical assisting is another great way to get exposure into the medical field, because it allows you with patient interaction, also allows you to become very diverse in the medical field, because you can choose which field you want to go into. You can do a lot of different things with medical assisting, because you're just assisting physicians, doctors. It's a great way to find a job on the side while you continue schooling to nursing school, or to become a doctor if you want, or to become a registered nurse, to become a nurse practitioner, or to become a physician as well. It's just good exposure, and when you apply for those programs, you do get points based on your hours that you've accumulated. So when you apply into the nursing program, which is what I plan to do afterwards, you get points based on pretty much if you meet the criteria and you go above it, you do get points awarded based on that. So for example, getting a job in phlebotomy, if I do work 1,000 hours by the time I apply into the nursing program, I would get about 10 points. It raises my likelihood into getting accepted into the nursing program, because there's a small percentage where they do random, but they also do it based on the highest points that you receive. So pretty much that is it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I do try to respond to everyone's comments. I'm so glad some of you guys are interested into going into phlebotomy. It's a job that a lot of people don't really know about, because I always thought that nurses would just take out my blood, but there are special people that are specially trained to do these things, and it's honestly very beneficial if you want to get something that's quick and fast. I highly recommend it. It all depends on your personal preference as well. If you decide to like it and want to make a career out of it, or if you're just here for the hours and want to become a registered nurse someday, it all depends on you. But if you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up, and I hope you guys have a great day, and just keep trying, guys, because it is not impossible and you guys can do it. Love ya.